You don't notice the trap until it's already sprung. Take a breath. Remember that colleague who always coincidentally scheduled meetings when you were overwhelmed? That lover who knew exactly when to send flowers after a fight? That friend who remembered your childhood trauma and weaponized it during an argument? These aren't accidents. They're calculated moves in a game you didn't know you were playing. For the next few minutes, I'll show you how these predators operate, not through dry theories, but through the chilling patterns they all share. By the end, you'll recognize the signs before they sink their teeth in. Let's begin where all predators do, the hunt. Sarah thought it was love at first sight. When Daniel interviewed her for the marketing role, he'd leaned across the table and said, "Your portfolio is refreshing. Most people in this industry are sheep." His smile didn't reach his eyes, but the flattery blinded her. Within weeks, he'd accidentally forwarded her an email praising her potential to the CEO, started calling her partner instead of assistant, convinced her to work weekends on their pet project. Then came the first cut, a Friday afternoon. The department head asked Sarah a direct question in a meeting. Before she could answer, Daniel chuckled. "Careful, she's still learning." His tone was warm. His eyes were knives. This is the narcissist's signature move. Elevate you just enough to feel special, cut you down in ways only you notice, gaslight you into thinking you imagined it. Sarah spent that weekend replaying the moment. By Monday, she was bringing Daniel coffee again. What she didn't see? The email he'd sent that night. Sarah's competent but insecure, easy to control, proceeding with phase 2. Narcissists don't want worshipers. They want witnesses, people who'll validate their greatness as they destroy themselves. Which brings us to your life. That time your partner jokingly mocked your outfit in front of friends, then squeezed your hand after. That boss who praised you in private but took credit in public. That friend who forgot your birthday after you missed their party. These aren't slights, they're tests, and every time you brush them off, you fail. Clinical studies show psychopaths have distinct brain patterns. The amygdala, the fear center, underdeveloped. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for impulse control, hyperactive. In plain terms, they feel no fear, but they're masters at simulating yours. Take Alex. To his neighbors, he was the charming widower who baked cookies for block parties. To the police, he was person of interest number 1 in 3 disappearances. His signature move? The helpful trap. He'd notice single mothers struggling with groceries. "Let me get that for you." He'd compliment tired nurses on their dedication. "You deserve a break." He'd remember names, allergies, work schedules, all while documenting. Who had no emergency contacts whose absences wouldn't be noticed. Who trusted him enough to enter his home. Psychopaths don't rage. They research. When the first victim's body was found, the neighborhood refused to believe it was Alex. The sweet man who'd organized the search party? Impossible. Until forensics matched the rope fibers to his boat. Until they found his gratitude journal, detailing each victim's last moments. Until they realized the cookies were laced with sedatives. Here's what chills investigators most. Alex wasn't exceptional. He was textbook, which means there are hundreds like him. Maybe your Uber driver who took a shortcut through the woods. That therapist who insisted on at-home sessions. The landlord who fixed your locks while you slept. Psychopaths don't hide in shadows. They stand in your light and watch you blink. Corporate training videos warn about harassment. They never mention the deadlier threat. Strategic kindness. Meet Elena, the youngest partner at her law firm. Her secret? Identifying 3 power players. She became the partner's surrogate daughter. Left addiction helpline brochures for her rival. Convinced the paralegal they were both victims. When the senior partner retired, he endorsed Elena. When the rival relapsed, she took his cases. When the paralegal sued, Elena testified as a friend. Machiavellians don't break rules. They write new ones in invisible ink. Ever felt like you're the puppet in someone else's show? The professor who mentored you while stealing your ideas. The sibling who mediated family drama just to spin the story. The doctor who prescribed just slightly addictive meds. Their greatest trick? Making you choose the trap. But tonight, you gained something rare. The Predator's Playbook. Subscribe now. Next week, we go deeper. Learn the 3-word phrase that makes narcissists flee. Spot psychopaths using their own body language. Why Machiavellians fear people who take notes. Hit the notification bell. The wolves can't hunt what sees in the dark.